Welcome to Vysh IAS YouTube channel and the Plums, a free UPSC MCQ series. So as part of Plums, we are going to discuss 5 MCQs related to CSAT math, aptitude and reasoning. So in the same way, different lecturers will deal with different subjects of Plums daily on 9 p.m. So please stay tuned to this channel and subscribe to the Vysh IAS YouTube channel. Along with the Plums, there are lots of free playlists which are already there in the YouTube channel. You can get access to this once you subscribe to this channel, and you have to save this number 7200681675, and you should WhatsApp UPSC free to this number, and you will get foundational videos and also like doubts regarding the test series you can solve from there through WhatsApp. Okay, now let's solve today's MCQs. So today is August 5th 244 episode. Now let's solve MCQ number 1. PQR can complete a work in 42 days, 35 days and 28 days respectively. P started the work and was assisted by Q and R on alternative days. Starting with Q, after 8 days, P took a break. Q and R worked together during this period. Neither Q nor R worked for the last 7 days. Find the total time taken to complete the work if P resumed his work for the last 7 days. So let's take the value. The total work is 42. Because the LCM of 42, 35 and 28 is nothing but its LCM is 42. So let's take the total work as 42 units, okay, or 42 days. Okay, 42 units only, not days. Okay, 42 units is the total work. So the efficiency of P will be if P started, like P will work for 42 days. So if I'm repeating it once again. So let's take the total work as 420 so that it will be easier to calculate. So the efficiency of P will be, if P can work 42 days, the efficiency of P, that is the amount of work that he can do in 1 day, is 10 units per day. Right? If total units are 420 in 42 days, if he works totally, then it means that P's efficiency is 10 units per day. And Q's efficiency is if he can work, if he can complete the total 420 units of work in 35 days, it means he can work 12 units per day. And R's efficiency is, if R can work, if he can complete the work in 28 days, the total amount of work he can do in 1 day is 15 units per day. Right. So the next thing that they have given in the question is, after 8 days, P took a break and Q and R worked together during this period. So let's write the data. So if in 8 days, Q and R worked for 4 days each, starting with Q. So the total work done in 8 days is, so after 8 days, P took a break, but till 8 days, all of the 3 people had worked, right? So the total worked in 8 days, the total work that has done by these 3 people in 8 days is, so 10 units of work by P into 8 days plus 12 units of work per day of Q into 4 and 15 into 4. Why I have taken 4 and 4? Because in the question they have given that P started the work for the first 8 days. P started the work and was assisted by Q and R on the alternative days. So each of them worked for 4 days each. That's the reason I have taken into 4 into 4. If you calculate 80 plus 12 4 is 48, 15 4 is 60, 80 plus 48 plus 60, it's nothing but 188 units. So in the first 8 days, they have worked for 188 units. They have finished 188 units. The amount of work done by P in the last 7 days. Let's calculate the amount of work done by P in the last 7 days, because in these days, neither Q nor R worked for the last 7 days. So let's take the P. Last 7 days work of P is nothing but 10 units of work per day into 7, that is 70. 70 units of work is something that is done by P in the last 7 days. Okay. Therefore, the amount of work done by P and Q together is nothing but 420 is the total amount of units minus initial in the first 8 days, they have worked 188 units plus 70 in the last 7 days by P. Okay. It's nothing but the value is 162. Okay. The 162 amount is left out. Okay, the time taken by Q and R to complete the work, it's nothing but, so 162 is the remaining work by the efficiency of the Q is nothing but 12 and the efficiency of R is 15. If you divide this, you will get it as 162 by 27. It's nothing but 6 days. Okay, in 6 days they can complete the remaining work. Therefore, the total time taken to complete the work. So initially 3 of them worked for 8 days and the remaining work is done by Q and R in 6 days, and in the last 7 days P worked for 7 days. Okay, 8 plus 7 plus 6 is nothing but 21 days. So totally in 21 days they finish the total work. Now let's solve MCQ number 2. Sinchana bought 30 books on history, polity and geography priced at rupees 17, 19 and 23 for distribution among poor students preparing for UPSC. The polity books were more in number than the history books but less than the geography books. The difference being more than 1. The total cost amounted to rupees 620. How many books on history, polity and geography could have been bought respectively? So as they mentioned in the question that the difference in the number of books is nothing but it's more than 1 as per the question. So if you take option number B, so 13 minus 12 is 1. 13 minus 12 is 1. So option B can be eliminated. And in the option number D also 5 and 6 difference is 1. So option D also can be eliminated. So answer lies in A and C. Okay, now let's solve the question. So the total amount is nothing but it's 620. Right, and the history cost is 17 rupees, 17H, plus 19 is polity, okay, and 23 is geography. So if we check the values from option A and C, you'll get the answer. Okay, so let's take from the bottom to up. So I'll tell you a technique in solving math problems. What you have to do is you have to solve from the bottom. So first you have to check with D, then C, then B, then A. It will work out. I'm sure it will work out. Please try this if you are doing optional elimination method. So let's solve with option C. Okay. If you put the value of history as 5, okay, 17 into 5 plus 19 into 6 plus 23 into 19 into 10 and 23 into 15. You will get the answer as 620 and it will satisfy. So option C is the correct answer. Now let's solve MCQ number 3. The last time Rahul bought invitation cards for New Year, he found that the 4 types of cards that he liked were priced rupees 2, 3.0, 3.50, 4.50 and 5 each. As Rahul wanted 30 cards, he took 5 each of 2 kinds and 10 each of other 2. Putting down the exact number of 10 rupees notes on the counter payment, how many notes did Rahul give? So according to the question, Rahul put an exact number of 10 rupees notes. Hence the total price will be multiple of the 10. Right. And Rahul wants 30 cards where he took 5 each of the 2 kinds and 10 each of the other kinds. So the summation of the price of one type card multiplied by a number of that type of card should be multiple of 10. Right. So the answer should be multiple of 10. By looking at the prices of the cards and to make the sum multiple of 10, we can say that 2 5 cards were of rupees 3.5 and 4.5 and 2 10 cards were of prices 2 rupees and 5 rupees each respectively. Hence the total sum can be 5 into 3.5 plus 4.5 plus 10 plus into 2 plus 5, that is nothing but 110. So Rahul gave 11 notes of 10 rupees. So option D is the correct answer. Okay, now let's solve MCQ number 4. If you have not understood question number 3, please decrease the playback speed and listen to the words that I have told once again. These are little typical problems and you need to put your brain. So then only you can solve this kind of questions. So why I am taking this much typical questions to solve is, so you have recently seen CSAT paper, right? The level of the paper has gradually, it is increasing year after year. And this year paper was a very toughest paper, right? So you have to solve this kind of questions from the day 1 so that you can solve the actual examination paper also. Okay, now let's solve MCQ number 4. The price of a product is P. A shopkeeper raises its price by X% and then offers a discount of Y% on the raised price. The discounted price again becomes P. If Y is the difference between X and Y, then find X. Okay, let's solve. So let's take the cost price. Let's take the cost price as 100. So if you take 100 as a cost price, it will be easy to solve. Initially, the shopkeeper raises its price by X% and decreases it by Y%. As a result, he reaches the cost price of the article. Also, it has been given that Y is the difference between Y% and X%. Okay? Y is nothing but X% minus Y%. So, if you solve this question, 2Y is equal to X. Okay? 2Y is equal to X. According to the question only, we have taken this equation and you will get as 2Y is equal to X. And we know that, so initially the shopkeeper raises the price by X%, right? So if the cost is 1 plus, if you take it in the percentage form, 1 plus, so the value of X is nothing but 2Y. And after that he is decreasing the value by Y% into 100. It's nothing but the total value again is equal to cost price, right? So if you further solve this, 1 plus 2Y into 1 minus Y, it's nothing but 100 and 100 gets cancelled, that is 1. So if you further solve this equation, you will get it as, so 1 plus 2y into 1 minus y is equal to 1 is the final value that we have got. If you multiply 1 minus y plus 2y minus 2y square is equal to 1. So 1 minus y minus 2y square is equal to 1. 1 and 1 gets cancelled. So the option, so the answer, the final value is, 2y square minus y is equal to 0. It means that y and y goes to the right hand side and it will nullify, and 2y is equal to 1. Okay, y is nothing but 1 by 2, that is nothing but 0.5. Initially we have got to know that x is equal to 2. X is equal to 2y is something which we have found in the initial stage itself. So x is equal to 2 into 0.5, that is nothing but x value is 1, that is 100%. So option B is the correct answer. Now let's solve MCQ number 5. X dealt some cards to Y and himself from a full pack of playing cards and laid the rest aside. X then said to Y, if you give me a certain number of your cards, I will have 4 times as many cards as you will have. If I give you the same number of cards, I will have thrice as many cards as you will have. Of the given choices, which would represent the number of cards with X? Let's say that let's take X had A cards initially and Y had B cards initially. Let's assume that X has A cards, A number of cards, and Y has B number of cards initially. So in the first instance, Y gave T cards to X. Okay, let's take Y gave T number of cards to X. So X value will become A plus T. Okay, A plus T. So as said by Y, as he said, if you give me a certain number of your cards, I will have 4 times as many cards as you will have. So the number of cards the second person has is B minus T, because he gave T number of cards to the first person, the X person. Y gave T number of cards to X person. So the number of cards he will have is B minus T. So the X person will have 3 times the cards of the B. 3 times the cards of the Y. So A plus T is nothing but 3 into B minus T. Solving the this equation, now in the second instance, he said that if I give you the number of cards, same number of cards, I will have thrice as many cards as you will have. So in the second instance, what he's saying that if X is giving the same number of cards as Y gave in the first instance, that is A minus T is nothing but thrice the cards of the Y person. So if you solve these two equations, T and T gets cancelled. Okay, 2A is equal to 3B plus 3B is 6B minus 3T plus 3T will get cancelled. Okay, I'm sorry, this value is 4, right? 4B minus 4B plus 3B is nothing but 7B, and minus 40 Yeah, and plus 3t is nothing but minus t. Else, I'll solve it once again. Okay. First equation is a plus t is equal to 4b minus 4t. If you solve this equation furthermore, a minus 4b is equal to minus 5t. So t value is nothing but, so 5t is nothing but 4b minus a. This is the first equation. And if you solve the second equation, in the second instance, that is a minus t is equal to 3 into b plus t. If you solve this, you will get it as a minus t is nothing but 3b plus 3t. 3b minus a is equal to minus 4t, and the 4t value is nothing but a minus 3b. And my homework to you is, you have to solve first equation and second equation, and the final answer, the final equation that you will get from the above two equation is a is equal to 31t and b is equal to 90. This is the final thing that you will get. Okay, so and we know that a plus b should be less than 52. Okay, because a full pack of cards contains a maximum of 52 cards, and they have kept some cards aside. So a plus b is nothing but 31 plus 9 is nothing but 40. T is less than 52 cards. So because the total pack will have 52 cards only. Okay, since t would be a whole number, it will be 1. And a so if it is less than, so 52 is more than 40t, so it can be 1. If t is 2, it will be more than 52, so t should be 1. If t is 1, a is nothing but 31 into t is 31, b is nothing but 9 into t is 9. So a is 31, b is 9. So the question they have asked is number of cards that represents x. That is solution number, solution is b. So x has 31 cards, so 31 is the correct answer. So that is it for today's video. I know these are typical ones, but I hope you will understand these answers and solve from the day one itself, so that you will be able to solve the questions in CSAT paper with ease in the final examination. Thank you everyone. Stay tuned and keep smiling. Bye bye.